Another structure that we have in HTML is the table. Tables are going to be one of the more confusing things you create in this class, and it's confusing for two reasons. And the first is that they use a lot of different tags, and remembering which one goes where can be a little difficult. And the second is if you're writing properly formatted HTML, the tables will be building by row, which will go across. So the tables are going to be building this way, from left to right. But as you write, you're going to feel like you're going this way, just by how you write HTML code. And I'll show you a bit more about that, what that looks like when we get to the example. But for now, here is a table of the table tags we're going to be using. We have table itself, TR stands for table row, TH stands for table header. So if you wanted the first column to stand out as a title, you'd use TH. TD stands for table data. It's when you don't want bold writing. And you can have an optional caption tag, or you can just make one that's a space. So the process for creating a table is as follows. You are going to, just like how we did with the list, declare that you're going to be making a table by opening and closing a table tag at the top and bottom. Just like how we did the list. It's important that you're remembering to close your table tag, because if you don't, your browser won't know where the table's supposed to go. It will try to guess, and it will usually guess incorrectly. So always make sure you're remembering to close that tag. So the table builds by row. So under the table, you'll open a new row. So if we wanted to build a table that was 3 rows with 2 columns, how that's working here is that we've started the first row, which is here. The TH tag was table header. It will make a bold title, and it builds left to right of our first row. So that first one's going to go here, and this one is going to go here. After that, we've closed our row, and we started a new one, which means we're now here. So this one is TD for table data. That just means it's not going to be a title anymore. It will go here. This one will go here. We close the row, we open a new one. 5 and 6. So whenever you wanted to add more rows, you just open new row tags. Whenever you want to add more columns, you just add more TH or TD tags to each row. So if I wanted a third column, say, I could just add another TH, write something here, another TD, here and here, and that would fill it in. So rather than write that out, of course, we're just going to copy it and add it to our replit onto our testing HTML page. We're going to run it. Refresh the page. So as you can see, we have our left cell first row here with bold, right? The problem here is that anyone who's going to look at this is going to tell me that this doesn't look like a table. Even with all of the table cells lined up, it just looks like well-formatted text, not a table. The reason for this is because borders are a style thing. So since we haven't done any style for borders on our style sheet, there simply aren't going to be any. So if you want to put borders on your table, you'll just need to make a new rule on your style sheet. Now what's convenient about that is when you're making rules for the same tags, you can just name them all at once. Like here, if we wanted to have borders on our table, TH, and TD tag, we could just write them all at once like this. The border property takes 3 things. It takes the size of the line you want, measured in pixels. So in this example, it's 2px. It takes the type of line you want, such as solid, and it takes the color of the line you want, in this case blue. If we wanted to use this example, we'll add it to our testing.css page. And you'll see now we have our table borders, which makes it a little easier to see. This is our left cell first row bolded, right cell, left middle, right middle, just like how we had written here. So just try to keep mentally in track that you're building across, not down. And that's how you build tables.